I feel like I look like a golfer in an interview right afterwards. How do you feel about that putt, Tom? Or like I'm sitting down for a radio interview. This. Hey, hey guys, how's everybody doing? We've talked about a guy named Titus a couple of times on this show. Titus Ellis Smith. This is a guy who does like a bunch of reactionary content. He puts out a lot of misinformation. Let's leave it at that. He puts out a lot of misinformation. He's always upset about the vaccines. He's always upset about Joe Biden. He's always upset about Kamala Harris. He's always upset about the votes. He's always upset about some bullcrap. The transes. He's upset about the gayses. He actually might be gay, so I don't want to say that part. But, you know, he pushes. He's a black dude who pushes all of your regular Republican conspiracy theorist sort of stuff or like misinformation. Okay. Now, we have already gone over some of the January 6th compared to Pearl Harbor or 9/11 sort of stuff, right? We've already gone over this. When people get upset about this stuff, they don't ever include the context, right? So, like, they'll complain about fake news and misinformation from CNN, but, like, when they complain about it, there's no context there. You don't understand. Like, they'll be upset about, like, you know, oh, they lied and said that COVID killed 10 million people yesterday. And then you go and, like, check it, and it says, like, the surge in COVID could mean that 10 million people end up dying in the next 5 years, right? Like, it's something like that. Like, it's always where they take out of the context and make everything as reductionary as possible. And so this is another one of those takes. We got into this sort of fight in the Discord about 9/11 and Pearl Harbor being compared to January 6th. And it's always like they have to reduce it down to pretty much nothing. What's up, Sonia? I'm banned. What do you mean? Where have I been? So this is Titus, again, as with the other things, being reductionist, pushing misinformation. Let's listen to his podcast real quick.
We were on vacationing, Christmas vacation with the family. It was a great time. Be sure if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to the channel. If you're not following Isaac, subscribe to his channel. I'll tag him and you subscribe to him. It'll be in the description below. Follow us on all social media. You can support the channel down there as well. Also, we have merch and it's been down there in the little store thing. Oh, yeah, and never once have we said anything to anybody about checking it out. So be sure to also do that. And if you're wondering these mics still don't work, that is correct, because we do not know how to set it up. Merch. And we're going to get someone to do it eventually. Yeah, but, it's going to look dope. Yeah, it's going to look cool. We're still setting up the podcast thing. You can also subscribe to that as well, which is going to be down below. So, anyways, hello everybody. How are you guys doing? So happy that you could join. And let's just talk about some stuff. Before we even start talking about what happened, y'all need to hear this. And let me know if you can't hear it. I just had to play it. It's insane. Let me make sure the sound's on. Okay, listen to this. This is Kamala Harris. This is Kamala Harris.
Fellow Americans, good morning. Certain dates echo throughout history, including dates that instantly remind all who have lived through them where they were and what they were doing when our democracy came under assault.
Hold on.
Dates that occupy not only a place on our calendars, but a place in our collective memory. December 7th, 1941, September 11th, 2001, and January 6th, 2021. On that day, I was not only Vice President-elect, I was also a United States Senator. And I was here at the Capitol that morning at a classified hearing with fellow members of the Senate Intelligence Committee.
I don't even care. Okay, so, our Vice President. Okay, here, let's just talk. I never actually talked about insurrection because I wasn't doing Facebook or I wasn't doing YouTube or anything at the time, I don't think. I was doing TikTok, but anyways. What? That was a terrible thing. Nobody should have joined the Capitol. We can all agree that was an awful thing to happen. Do not do something like that. You're stupid, you're childish. Sure. Yeah. Like, whatever. One person got hurt. And that's really, or one person died. Yeah. I'm sure many people got hurt. Yeah. Terrible, should not have happened. Compare that to every BLM riot where multiple people died and things happen. That's what the comparison is. Don't you dare compare that day to Pearl Harbor. To Pearl Harbor? You're comparing the insurrection to when thousands of people died. Attacked. Kamikaze. Or was it called kamikaze, right? Anyway.
Okay, so we can we can leave it there. I mean, look, this is the same thing we hear every time, right? Do you know how many people died compared to January 6th? Oh, I can't believe that she compared this to that. I don't care. Like, look, the context is she's talking about dates that you remember and things that were attacks on our democracy. That's it. That's it. Right? The comparison in and of itself is not bad. It's not bad to compare things. I don't care what it is. Okay. If I want to say, hey, look, we all know of dates that have the letter P in them. Okay. Pearl Harbor, St. Patrick's Day. Nobody's going to get upset. Be like, I can't believe he just compared St. Patrick's Day to Pearl Harbor. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody cares. You know why? Because of the context. Because the context that surrounds the comparison. Why I'm putting those two things into the same bucket at the same time. It's like... It's not that ridiculous when you actually listen to what it is that she's saying. Oh, attacks on our democracy. Dates that we remember. Yeah, sure. These are all dates that we remember because of bad things that happened. Yes, these are dates that you remember where you were when you heard the news. Yes, yeah. We like all of these things are true. All of these things are fine. R.I.P. Ray Epps. I think I never mind. You freaking guys. I'm not even. Okay. But Titus Smith, over and over, he puts out the misinformation, right? He follows right along. He buys into the propaganda every time, and he follows the narrative to push the misinformation, to push the outrage that he's supposed to push. And it's really frustrating to watch this guy, who seems like a smart enough dude, constantly just pushing false narratives over and over and over. And like we've gone through his content before, and it's literally all just nothing but like outrage videos. Like, hey, come see how crazy this one was. Like, that's what all of it is every time. It's a bunch of people, like it's him with a bunch of like TikTok type videos finding a way to get upset about something. And I never understand. Like, I would love to talk to this guy. This is what we need to find a platform that can get him on to debate, because he's got 486,000 subscribers.
There's nothing special about being American. None of you can define for me what an American is.
What?
I don't even know what that is. Like, it's got to be taken way out of context. I have absolutely no clue what that is. So, you know, really, really simple narratives all the time. This one was good. We went over this one.
If you're Democrat or Republican, I need you to fucking listen to the message that I'm trying to convey.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything these last few years have been nothing but a mere game. Pawns on a board, if you will. They tried so hard to convince the nation that Donald Trump was racist. And if you don't like Donald Trump, that's fine. Keep listening. That's not the point. This is Joe Biden talking about how the African ban is racist and makes it harder for black and brown people to immigrate to the United States. It's a disgrace. It was such a disgrace, in fact, that it was reinstated by Joe Biden.
It wasn't. They were completely different things. Completely different things. One was talking. This is Joe Biden talking about the Muslim ban and like getting rid of a bunch of countries that can't travel to the United States. That's him complaining about Trump and the Muslim ban. This other one over here is him adding COVID restrictions. Like, that's completely different things.
2020.
Whoops.
See that? I don't know what to do for you. Let's keep going. A wall will not stop the coronavirus. Banning all travel from Europe or any other part of the world will not stop it. The World Health Organization has identified a new COVID strain. I am ordering travel safer restrictions from South America and Central countries.
I mean, I think the second one was pretty obvious. Like,
American Central countries.
They're talking about a wall in one of them, saying that like building a wall to stop immigrants doesn't help. Like that obviously building a wall is not going to stop coronavirus, right? The travel ban actually could. Yeah. The travel ban could actually help stop coronavirus. It's been proven to help slow the spread from other countries. So yeah, completely different things again. Like they have to make everything as simple as possible. They can't actually like separate one thing from another. Like, oh, you want to allow immigrants in sometimes, but not other times. Wow. But then like a couple minutes later, they'll be like, he's in favor of open borders. Like, they have the absolute, like, it's just a way to push a narrative, right? Like, if they think you're in favor of immigration sometimes but not other times, obviously you're not in favor of open borders, but they'll still push it as though you're in favor of open borders, because one, they don't know what open borders is, and then two, they don't understand what it is that any politicians are ever talking about, which is why anytime you ever watched a Trump rally, he wasn't actually talking about policy, he wasn't actually talking about laws, he wasn't actually talking about getting stuff done. He just kept talking about the fact that he could get stuff done. Oh, I'll do all the stuff. I'm going to do the best stuff. It's all going to be bigly. It's all going to be so great. You wait and see how all of the stuff gets done so good. And that was it. Like, that's all he could ever say, because like he didn't actually have plans. He didn't actually like have like an idea of what to do, and none of the people who followed him or none of the people who voted for him actually had any clue what a policy was or what it was that he was talking about. So that, like, you can see, like, his followers, like, this is the type of stuff that they buy into. This is the sort of stuff that they enjoy, or that they think is like super convincing. Oh, it's so damning that in one spot one thing happened, and then in another spot something completely different happened, but we're going to pretend that they're both exactly the same. And then we've gone over this one once before as well.
Video because they keep taking my original one down. That is Trump and Epstein. Yep, but that is not at the Pedo Island. That's at the Mar-a-Lago, the club that Trump owns, which was also the only club in Palm Beach that allowed blacks and Jews, and that was only because Trump refused to follow that ordinance. He actually... So,
real quick, Trump did buy a place in Palm Beach. He did become like the only club to allow blacks and Jews. It wasn't like some, like, you know, like great like feat, like, oh, I love black people and Jewish people so much. It's a business decision, but it's good all the same. Doesn't make a difference what kind of decision it is. It's good all the same, and it helps all the same. So like, I don't want to make it sound like that like downs it whatsoever. It's just that they're gonna like they're gonna use this as like proof, like, oh, it's proof he's not racist. It's like, okay, like I can sell all sorts of products to black people and still be racist. This isn't gonna make a difference to my racism in any way. But yes, he did have a club. He was one of the only clubs that allowed black people and Jewish people into the club.
He actually sued the city of Palm Beach for being racist against blacks and...
He did not sue the city of Palm Beach for being racist against blacks and Jews. He sued the city of Palm Beach because they were rezoning his club and now said that he had to tear it down. That's why he sued the city of Palm Beach. But he did use the fact that he was the only club to allow black people and Jewish people. And he said, oh, this is why you're rezoning our club. This is why you're trying to get us to tear it down, is because we're the only one that allows blacks and Jews. You hate black people and Jewish people, and so you're trying to get us to tear down our club. There's no evidence of that. It's possible, I suppose. But he was not suing the city of Palm Beach over the fact that they were racist against black people and Jewish people. He sued the city of Palm Beach because they were rezoning his hotel, and his hotel just happened to be the only hotel that allowed black people and Jewish people. Completely unrelated.
Trump later banned Epstein from the club because he found out Epstein made passes at the 14-year-old daughter of another member. And in 2002, he publicly outed Epstein as a pedophile. This was long before Epstein was investigated or even charged.
Okay, so again, that's incorrect. Like, he did ban Epstein from his hotels, but then he was not outing Epstein long before all of the articles and everything. When the investigation started on Epstein, Trump cooperated with the investigation and gave them all of the information that they asked for, and that part's true. But he didn't out Epstein. There's no evidence of this. Go find it. Go find where he's out there talking about Epstein out in public before all of the newspaper articles were freaking out about it. Go find it. It's not there. It doesn't exist. This is all bullcrap. Like, they are conflating so many things at once, just like pulling from so many different angles to push this one narrative every single time. It's a million different things.
In 2005, all of Epstein's contacts were subpoenaed except Trump because he came forward willingly. So to all you misinformed dummies, stop using the sick shit going on to push your Trump-hating agenda. It's pathetic and mindless.
That part is true. He was not subpoenaed because he was cooperating. Because he's a snitch. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably good to be a snitch in this case.
Stop being sheep that sees pictures and makes up your own story to them.
You're the one making up your own story, woman. You just made up your own story. You're the one who just conflated 10 different things at once. And here he is. There's freaking Titus sitting there nodding his head. Yeah. How much of the stuff you think he went and looked up? How much of it do you think he sat there and looked up and was like, we need to fact check this, or I need to make sure that the information that I'm pushing out to my 400,000 subscribers is actually accurate information? How much? None. Yeah, no, he doesn't care. He's not all that concerned. He can just sit there, listen to somebody else spout off a bunch of bullcrap, and push it all out to his viewers. Good enough. It's good enough for him, so why not? So yeah, that's this guy. I would love to be able to debate him. The sad thing is that people like this, they'll never debate you. They'll never debate you. They'll sit around talking about how everybody who disagrees with them refuses to talk. They all refuse to talk. They won't talk to us. They won't have a conversation with us. They'll just call us Nazis and run away. They won't actually have a real conversation with us. I'll talk to you guys. Titus, I will talk to you, homie. You can come onto my show. I will come onto your show. I can get a third-party show like Modern Day Debate or The Crucible or even I will go onto another platform like the Odyssey and do Politically Provoked or some bullcrap, the Kill Stream, whatever. I will go anywhere to have a conversation with you, dude. We need to get this guy into a stream with me and have a conversation with him, because he's not all there. He's just not all there. I think it would be brilliant. It would be brilliant. But yeah, this guy would never talk to me. He would never talk to me, and he wouldn't talk to anybody else. I'm not a huge content creator, so it makes a lot of sense lots of times when other people won't talk to me. But I don't think he talked to anybody else who's a much bigger content creator. I don't think he talked to Destiny or Vosh or anybody else. He's not going to talk to anybody because he's able to stay safe from ridicule as long as he doesn't talk to people. As long as he doesn't talk to anybody, he can keep pushing out the same information that he's always pushed. And it's not like I'm going to end up in his fans' algorithm to where they're going to see how wrong he is about this stuff. It's not going to happen. It's not gonna happen.